Okay. So I think we are good to get started here. People can join and leave as they come. We're gonna go over all of our topics here first, and then we're gonna address questions that you want to throw in the chat over here. And I'll just throw it here again. So if you want to just put your questions here as we go, we'll address them all at the end, and we'll just go point by point. So my name is Eric. I've been with Booksy here coming up on a year now. I work in the tech support department, so if you give us a call, I might be one of the people you talk to. Or any of my colleagues will be happy to help. And then I'm going to turn it over to Adrian, let him introduce himself.
Okay, so my name is Adrian, and I'm a customer success supervisor, so I'm working mostly in chat. So if you have any issues, if you want to inquire about anything, just feel free to reach out to us on chat. I'm like on a daily basis, so I'm always happy to help you. And I've been with Booksy for like 1.5 years already.
All right. I depend on you, Adrian, so much. Thank you. All right. So we're going to start just diving into mobile payments here. It's a feature that will allow you essentially to accept payments from your clients just through the app. So your client would have a card on file, and you can charge that card once the service is completed, or you can also set up no-show protection on your services like cancellation policy or requiring a prepayment or a deposit on your service. So we do have to have mobile payments set up before we can do any sort of no-show protection, just because we need to make sure that when you charge someone, we're sending that money to the correct bank account. So first we need to get that set up. You would just want to go in the app to more and then mobile payments. The app will take you step by step through everything that's necessary. But I just want to go over a couple of the pieces of information that are important as you get that set up. We're seeing a lot of people start to use it to limit the physical interaction with clients, so you're not taking and handling their card or their cash, just to reduce that intimacy, that intimate contact where you're coming in closer than 6 feet. I know it can be difficult at times not to have that interaction, but mobile payments is there to help you reduce the contact that you're having. There is a transaction fee associated with using mobile payments. So it's 2.69% plus 30 cents on every transaction. So incoming transactions. And then if in the event of any refunds, there's also a transaction fee on that. And then in the very unlikely event that one of your customers opens a dispute with their bank, there is a non-refundable $15 chargeback fee. Processing, we initiate payouts business days at midnight for any funds that are collected since the last payout. So that means funds collected on Friday get paid out Friday night, and then funds collected on Saturday and Sunday get paid out Monday morning. So every single business day, we initiate a payout for you. Depending on your bank, payouts will typically take about 2 to 5 business days. So it's really dependent on the bank. Smaller amounts tend to go just a little bit faster. Larger amounts tend to go a little slower. So it'll be closer to that 5-day mark. But we do offer a lot of reporting within the mobile payments feature as well. So you can see what payments are on their way out to you and what transactions you are waiting to be paid for. So you can generate the payout report in the app. It'll send it to you via email. So you would just go into mobile payments, payout summary, and then it'll just send it out to you. It'll break down all of the transactions, the amount of that transaction, how much you paid in a fee for that transaction, and it'll also have the date of the payout where it was included. We do initiate a payout report automatically. So whenever we initiate a payout, we'll send you an email with a report with all of the transactions included. So you'll have that in your inbox whenever we initiate one, and then you can know to expect that payout in 2 to 5 business days. So to begin using mobile payments, we do have to go through verification. So there's 4 different checks depending on your situation. So first is your identity. So we need to make sure you are who you're saying you are. And then that the bank account is associated with you. And then if it's applicable, there's a company check as well. So if you're running as a business, we'll want to check the company information and then photo identification. And then I'm going to turn it over to Adrian to go over a little bit more about verification.
Yeah, we'll go more to the details. So regarding the verification process, there are actually 2 flows. The first one is the individual flow. The second one is the business flow. And when it comes to the individual one, there are like 3 points that are quite important to remember about. The first one is personal details, including your name, your social security number, and your date of birth that need to be provided within the app. The second point is contact details, so your phone number, email, and home address. And obviously, the bank account of yours, including routing number, account number, account time, and this can be either checking or savings. Your billing address, and if you as the owner of the bank account are an individual entity, you should probably select the individual flow. The second thing, otherwise you go for the business flow. If your business is legally registered, then there are a little bit more of details that need to be provided within the app. The first one, when it comes to the business flow, are business details. So doing business as DBA, your legal business name, and tax ID, which is employer identification number. Then again, business contact details like phone, email, business registration address. So in here, it's quite important to remember that this needs to be your business address that you put. Your business, like business owner details. So all of the details of yours, including name, again, your social security number and date of birth. Business owner contact details, phone, email, and home address. And if you happen to have if there are any other business owners, you can obviously add them within the app. And it's recommended that those business owners own at least 25% of the business shares. And last but not least, the bank account of yours, routing number, account number, legal business name, account type, billing address. And the owner of the bank account should be the business entity. So those are the differences between the individual and the business flows. It's quite important also to remember that your account must be from a licensed institution. So any other institutions like Chime, Clover, Green Dot, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, prepaid credit or debit cards, or store gift cards are actually not supported. They are not allowed in the whole verification process. And if there are any discrepancies or if there are any issues with the whole verification process, you may be asked within the app to provide additional documentation, some additional information. You may be asked to upload a bank statement of yours, a copy of your identification, or a voided check photo. And when it comes to the identification itself, you can select between passport, you can select ID card or driver's license. And in case of a passport, please remember that there need to be a whole data page uploaded. When it comes to the ID card, front and back, each side in its own file. So in here, you're just uploading 2 files separately. And the same applies to the driver's license. When it comes to a bank statement itself, it's also necessary to remember that there needs to be a logo, a bank logo visible, or just a bank name in a unique font. Also, all of the bank account details, including your name, the name of account holder, and all of the details. So, and in here, it's actually it's possible that you upload a document, a bank statement, which has for example, 5, 6, 7 pages. So it's up to you what kind of statement you upload at your site. You may ask us why we actually need this information. So honestly saying, our priority is your safety, is the safety of your customers, whole Booksy as an organization, of our payment operator, which is Adyen, and the whole banking system. So this is why Adyen, our payment operator, same as every other financial institution, before processing payments, needs to know if a particular individual or a particular business itself really exists. So all the information that you are asked to provide within the app serves for the verification of legality of transactions and payouts to keep your money safe. In one word, just. All right. We know that the whole process at times can be a bit troublesome. So we would like also to facilitate the process to better your experience. And there are some points that you can troubleshoot. There are some workarounds that you can make use of on a daily basis when trying to be verified. So first of all, you should actually make sure your personal or business details match all the information on your bank statements, all of the information that are legally registered. You also ought to remember about some your personal details, including like your house number, like your address in general, that you're not mixing the house number with the street or the apartment number, your suite number, and so on and so forth. So there are like a lot of little things that we should take into consideration when providing information within the app during the whole verification process. And one of the most important things is to distinguish between individual flow and business one. So you should like if you are an individual and you don't have like a business registered anywhere, or you don't have like a supporting documentation, you should probably choose the first flow, so the individual one. And otherwise, if you've got a business legally registered, make sure that you're not signing up as an individual. So these details actually are a bit different. I mean, the details that you should provide, and then all of the checks are verified by Adyen, by our external payment operator. So that's the process. You will see more when we show you some small recordings, so it will be probably easier to follow up. And if having any questions also, like feel free to ask and chat in the meantime. So at first, I will show you the individual flow. I'll share the screen. So this is how it looks. Sorry. Restarts. Okay, so that's from the very beginning. So we're going just to more mobile payments. You're given a screen with all the information regarding the service. First, you're asked to provide your routing number, account number. Yeah, and there are some hints like you can use to see where to find particular information, which is quite helpful. Yeah, account number, account holder's name, and here actually make sure if you're registered like with two names, like if your full name consists of two names or three names, like it's quite important, because then there may be some issue with Adyen. Yeah. Wow, first name webinar. There's data. Yeah, social security number, and social security number is required. It's obligatory. So without social security number, you will not pass the verification, unfortunately. Your date of birth, house number, name, street.
So it's really important that those are on separate lines.
Yeah. Okay, your account is waiting for verification. Yeah, and you'll be actually notified after all if the verification passed or not. So you will see all of the statuses of your payouts, of your status of your account, and so on and so forth. So, okay, so now let's switch to the business flow. Which requires a little bit more details. Okay, you're given the same screen at the very beginning. You're providing your banking details. Also some hints. Yeah, so again, routing number, account holder's name. Account type either checking or savings. And then the system asks you if you've got a tax ID. All right. Yeah, and here, business registration address. So it's not your home address, but it's the business one. Okay, and here we can add actually the second business owner, if there is any. So we're also supposed to provide all of the personal information, including phone number, security, social security number, name, and so on. That's interesting city. All right. And here also given information about the fact that the business owner who owns at least 25% can be added. Well, it's just suggested by the system. Right. Yeah, and again, you're given the same screen, like waiting for verification. In the meantime, of course, we can check the details. If you need anything from us, just reach out to us. And if you're within, like if the verification process is in progress, then we can check it for you and give you some more details on the process and how it looks. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Then we also, if there is any discrepancy, we let you know. So if there's any information that we're not able to match up with any other piece of information, we let you know where that information lays and what you can do to fix it. So if you're having trouble fixing that information, definitely reach out to us. We'll be happy to help, and we can usually pinpoint what's going on. But you get a text message and you get an email once everything goes through.
Yeah, and you can also be given some like information like what is required, what you need to upload more, and so on within the app. So if you go, for example, for like to payment settings under the mobile payments tab, you can be given some like little hints what should be uploaded, what should be added, changed, amended. So at first you can also check this yourself. Like it's quite easy to navigate, I would say so. And then if having like more serious issues, then sure, we'll be happy to help you.
Yeah, of course. All right. So now we are going to assume that verification was successful, and we're going to set up some no-show protection. So this is probably the most important feature within mobile payments. It really communicates to your clients that your time is valuable. Holding a slot on your calendar is serious business, especially now that most people are moving away from having walk-in appointments. We are solely accepting appointments, so that calendar time is even more important than ever. So once you have that successful verification in your mobile payments information, you'll actually get prompted to add some no-show protection to your services. The prompt prompts you to do a prepayment on your service, and that's what we see the most success with. But we always say that you guys know your clients much better than we do. So whatever is going to work best for you and your clients is important to take into consideration. So you have the option to either do a cancellation fee on your services or prepayments on your services. And they work just a little bit differently. In both situations, your client will need to put a card on file in order to make a booking. So with a cancellation fee, they're just going to be charged in the event of a cancellation or a no-show. And then in the case of a prepayment, they pay that amount. So a portion of the service, I've seen some people do just the whole service when they make the booking, and that way you have those funds regardless of if they show up or not. So when you're setting up a cancellation fee, you're first asked what percentage you want that cancellation fee to be. You can also do a dollar amount, but typically we see it's a 50% cancellation fee. So if your service is $30, the fee would be $15. And then you're asked what window you want to give your clients to cancel appointments. So if you want to allow them to cancel up to 24 hours, up to 3 hours in advance of the service, they can cancel in that window for free. And then after the 24 hours, like 20, so if your appointment is on coming up on the 20th and they cancel on the 21st, less than 24 hours in advance, they'll be charged that fee. And then when you go in to mark an appointment a no-show, you're asked whether or not you want to leave or waive a cancellation fee. So leaving it would charge the cancellation fee to the client, waiving it would waive them of that fee, and it would not charge. You can also set up whether or not these fees are automatic or manual. So I know I have a handful of merchants that I work with that want to have a little bit more control over whether or not those cancellation fees are charged. They have friends that book with them, family that book with them that they don't want to charge, but they do have people who occasionally cancel that they need to charge. So they'll set their policy to a manual, and that just means that they're going to have to manually charge the fee in the event of a cancellation. So you can find them really easily if you go in the app, and I'm going to share my screen. And I'm showing it on the desktop version of Booksy. It's very, very similar in terms of operation on the app. So you're going to find sales in the app. It'll be at the bottom of your screen. You want to filter down to the to be charged and then cancellations. So here is where you would find any cancellations that need to be charged. So if you have those manual option going, that's where you would find the information. And then if you prefer to set it to an automatic, there's just a toggle switch in your settings where you would say, I want to charge these automatically. So that means if you mark it no-show, automatically charges that cancellation fee. If they cancel outside your window, automatically charges the cancellation fee. I think that is what I would choose as a business owner. If I choose to refund that fee, that's up to my discretion. And it would just, I think, discourage a little bit more in terms of communicating to your clients what it means to hold that time on your calendar. So just discourage more of those cancellations. So you can find that information. I guess I should have just left my screen up. In the app, it'll be in the mobile payments tab, and it's the same cancellation and cancellation policy. Here it is. So here you have your window for cancellations. And then down at the bottom, charge cancellation fees automatically. When the toggle switch is on, it'll automatically charge them. When it's off, you're setting it to manual. All right, and then prepayments work just a little bit differently. When you have a prepayment on your service, you can charge either a portion of the service in terms of a percentage or a dollar amount. You can also charge just the whole service right up front. But when the client goes to make that appointment, they'll be charged that amount at the time of booking rather than in the event of a cancellation. And I think they work a little bit better in terms of preventing no-shows because that client is invested $15, $20 into the service. You have those funds whether or not they show up. And so if they cancel, hopefully you can fill up that time on your calendar. But if they don't cancel, they will show up. You can complete the service and charge the remaining portion of the service. So I always recommend prepayments on your services, also known as deposits. But it's entirely up to you. You know your clients a lot better than we do. You will see some hesitancy in terms of using the mobile payments. So for clients who maybe don't want to add their card on file, you can always mark them trusted. That will exempt them from any no-show protection that you have on your services. But you just have to keep in mind that it's going forward forever. So if they were to cancel on you, you're out that money. And that is all I have as far as no-show protection. But again, if you have questions, please do throw them in the chat so that we can address them at the end.
All right. So from my side, just a little reminder on everything that has been said. So remember that to create your own cancellation policy or to set up the no-show protection, you may need, like, you need to set up the mobile payments service at the very beginning. You actually don't have to use it, but like at checkout, so you don't have to use mobile payments when checking out your clients. But if you would like to create your own cancellation policy, then like the whole verification process enabling mobile payments is needed. So that's the most important thing in here. Please remember that there is this transaction fee, which is 2.69% plus 30 cents per mobile payment and refund transactions. And in the unlikely event if your customers opens a dispute with the bank, you'll be charged also $15 non-refundable chargeback fee. But we are here also to support you with the chargeback. So if you get any, then feel free to reach out to us, and we'll do our best to solve the situation. As Eric said, payouts are made daily at midnight. Once the payout is initiated, we'd like to ask you to allow for like 2 to 5 business days for the funds to be deposited in your bank accounts. Unfortunately, in contrary to GoPanache, there's no option for instant payouts, because ADN, our payment operator, needs at least like a couple of business days to process all the payments and to deposit them into your bank account. So this is like the minimum time that they need to make a payout. As I said before, when it comes to the verification, after the verification process is over, you will receive some notifications regarding its progress. So you'll be notified if the process is like has passed or failed. You'll be notified via email and text. And also you can see like the success screen then in the app if you've successfully been verified for mobile payments. You'll be also encouraged then to enable the no-show protection, which you probably are interested in. And as I said, you don't have to actually use mobile payments on a daily basis if you prefer any other payment methods. So first of all, like, you can run the no-show protection, you can state what your cancellation policy is, but on the other hand, you can check out your clients with any other offline payment methods. Offline payments are like payments which these cover all payment types which are done outside of the app. So these are not related like to Booksy itself. This is not connected with mobile payments and ADN, payment operator. All of these are also included in all of your reports, in your sales reports, cash registers, in whatever you want, like to track. Yeah, and we actually offer like a couple of different subtypes. You can use, of course, cash, physical card terminal. You can use checks, gift cards, vouchers, PayPal, e-gift cards also that you can easily make use of, and which are available under the business profile tab. We also, as Booksy, have the integration with Square. So if you are using Square on a daily basis, it may be even easier for you. So you can, from one side, charge your clients a prepayment through Booksy, but on the other side, you can like charge the remaining portion of the service with the use of Square. So Square, you probably know, is the in-person card payment using mobile card terminal, and all you need to have is the separate Square app, which will automatically open up when you select Square as a payment method at checkout. So after a finished appointment with your client, you can select simply Square. Square app should open up at your site, and you'll be able to charge a client within the Square app. And it's actually super easy. Another question that may arise actually is if you can charge a deposit without mobile payments enabled. Officially, not really, but of course there are a couple of workarounds that we can use, that we can think of. So if you're not willing to provide all of the information, like business one or like company, individual, and so on and so forth, then you can simply turn off the automatic confirmation of your bookings, and you can manually confirm all of the bookings made by your clients after your client sent you transaction confirmation, whatever. So they need to make a payment upfront so that you know that they're going to come, so that you know that you not lose like on a cancellation, on a no-show, whatever. So this is one of the workarounds that you can use without enabling mobile payments. We also saw some clients of ours who were adding a separate service called deposit, which has to be also paid upfront by the clients. It also makes sense. So I would say that the easiest way here is to set up mobile payments, and all the process will be like 100% automatic. So the money will reflect in your bank account automatically within a couple of business days. But if you're not willing to go through the verification process, all the checks and so on, there's also such an option. So it's actually up to you what you decide to do in this case.
Awesome. So we do have one question from Laquana. I do not have cancellation policy on now. How can I charge a client now for the no-show cancellation? So in the app, you won't have a function to do that if the cancellation policy wasn't turned on when they make the booking, since the client didn't have the opportunity to agree to the cancellation fee or the deposit officially within the app. So you would want to work that out with your client, whether they can send it via Cash App, Venmo, whatever the case may be. But I would encourage you to then turn on your no-show protection within the app so that going forward, your clients are agreeing to your cancellation policy, and then you can charge them through the app.
Yeah, you can also try, like you can set up the no-show protection of yours, and then you can try to charge the client. And if he accepts within the app, then it's fine. But in general, all of the bookings made by clients, like a client needs to accept your cancellation policy at the very beginning before actually that they book. And this happens when your no-show protection and cancellation policy is on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what you would want to do is go in the app first to mobile payments, then to no-show protection, and then set your policy up from there.
Yeah. So once you're successfully verified, you'll be able to set up the no-show protection. Okay. Will the app alert the client for approval? Yeah, the client will see a notification at the end, actually. That's, as far as I remember, yes.
Yeah, they'll have a notification in the app. So if they have notifications turned off for Booksy, they may need to go in the app to actually see it, but they'll, once they open the app, see the notification.
Yeah, it may be associated with the settings, actually, if they're accepting, like if they have enabled push notifications of Booksy and so on. But yeah, if they open up the app, they should see the notification that you'd like to charge them the fee, and they can accept it, simply confirm it within the app directly. Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.